Hey guys, good evening and welcome to another weekend session of our Stocks by Request where we talk about the top stocks that you guys requested via social media. And what I've been doing over the past few weeks, since the US market has been outperforming Philippine markets, we are inserting a couple of US stocks also in this Stocks by Request session. So we're going to talk about, for this video, SM Prime Holdings, and BDO. And then we're also going to talk about Nike. All of this is via technical analysis and price action because everything you need to know is found on the charts. Everything you need to know is predicated on what technical analysis is teaching us and showing us. So there. By the way, if you're new to this, my name is Marvin Germo and I have two channels here in YouTube. This is my second channel, Stock Investing Made Easy, where we talk about the charts, where we talk about price action, and we look at how the charts are moving based on what we call technical analysis and buy and sell signals off of that. So if you want more of this, like, subscribe, and share so you get updated every time I come up with new content about investing and about trading the markets. So let's start. I want to start with Nike first, so that we start with U.S. markets. Then we make our way. From SM Prime, and also BDO. If there's one thing also that I'd like to talk about when it comes to Nike, is it's one of the things that people go for in terms of how it does its business is Nike predicates on brand. That's one of the biggest things. That's one of the biggest reasons why Nike is such an interesting stock, because people buy Nike because of the brand attached to it. If you also look at it, majority of the large names in basketball and some of the top athletes outside basketball have signed deals with Nike. And if you have a very, very good brand, strong brand, of course, you have pure cost, but your margins between your cost and the price that you sell it are significantly higher. You also know that the Jordan brand is uh, mainly connected to Nike, and it has been giving revenues to Nike, even though Jordan has not played a very, very long, hasn't played basketball for, I think, more around 17 years already. So that being said, let's continue. This is Nike. This is Nike. As what I've said in the previous videos, uh, talking about talking about the U.S. markets. It hit a all-time high last February. Then it started to decline when most of the countries around the world went into a lockdown. Then after the bottom in March, it started already to progress and create its own uptrend. So if you connect this all together, this is where Nike's uptrend is. And what's so interesting about that, the previous high, where after hitting that around January and February, Nike started to decline right after, formed the new resistance. But that being said, right after that, the resistance at the 104.47, if you allow me to stretch this, no, you will see that Nike, from a very, very broad range, has not gone above this 104.47 level in a very, very long time. Now, that being said, as you start to zoom out here, you will see that after dropping, this was quite a significant drop also. After hitting the resistance, the drop was around 41%, which happened from February all the way to March. So it dropped by 41% in just a month. But after that, if you try to follow the narrative, and this is how US markets have moved also, it went up over 67% in almost a 1 month. If this was March, it moved back to its resistance almost probably 10 weeks from the large drop, so close to 3 months. It was able to recover the 67%. But similar to how resistance works, yung mga taong naipit dito, they're the ones also selling here. Yung mga taong bumili dito, since they also know that this is a resistance, this is an all-time high for Nike, they also started to take profits. And that being said, as they started to take profits, the profit taking brought the stock down. But that's how important 200-day moving averages are. If you look at this 200-day moving average, it built a support there, and that's why Nike started to push up once again and started to break out from the 104 resistance level. So what used to block Nike is now presenting itself as the new support level. So it's very, very consistent here. Also, Nike, from a short, mid, and long-term perspective, is progressing in its uptrend. Very, very key is this resistance that it broke out from last August 10. So from here to here, it broke out and started to push much higher. So a couple of things for those who bought from the bounce of the 200-day moving average, you're up right now, close to 20+%. For those who bought from the breakout here, you're up around 6-7+%. So please remember, key things for you to consider is this support level. This support level around the 104.7 is an area that should protect Nike. And as long as that, please remember, there's possibilities also that profit taking will happen. It's already here forming its own resistance here at the 100. If Nike closed at the 112 level, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, it's a week's worth of movement building up into selling that's happening here. That's why you saw it for last week. It didn't really push much higher, and it's forming a resistance at the 112.5 level. That being said, should selling happen next week, possible retracement here is it bounces off the 20-day or bounces off this uptrend, then it could push higher. But one thing that you need to watch out for is this particular trend line and this particular support level, because if that does not hold, there's a possibility that you could see Nike start to retrace. You could see Nike also start to push at a much lower rate for the short term. So that could also mean a take profit signal for those who bought at specific breakouts that we've mentioned right across this video. So that's one for Nike. Now let's continue. We're going to talk about SM. SM also, what's so interesting about SM and their group is that they also predicate on brand. They have a very strong brand awareness in the Philippines, and they're known for their malls. But SM, for of course, for those of you who have been watching and following this channel, you all know SM is not just anymore about malls. SM is not just anymore. SM is not just anymore. Uh, they're not just anymore. They're highly diversified. They're highly diversified into different areas already, which has uh, given them a spread from different avenues, banking to property development, and then their staple, which are malls as well. So there, we're gonna talk about some of their subsidiaries also as part of this video. But for SM, this is what you'll basically see. Uh, the main resistance right now is the 200-day moving average, which is very close to this level. You could peg it at around the 900 plus level. And as you can see, it's very clear that after failing to break that area, you saw SM start to drop and hit this. SM got protected via this support level here at the 848 level, which is clear from this. What this was the breakout point that happened around June. Breakout point pushed SM higher here. Then after that, after hitting the resistance, it's what caused SM to go down. So please watch out for this because after the red candle, after the heavy selling that we saw last Friday, it's now back at the 848 level. So that being said, it's not oversold as compared to Ayala Land, the video that we posted yesterday. But one thing that I'd like to show you guys is this. If it bounces off of this, then it has a shot again to go past here. Target price 940, buy at 848, sell at 940. This gives you around a 10% upside. But if the 848 level does not hold, we could see SM for the short term also start to retrace, and there's a possibility that it will go to the 793 level. So downside, no, please make sure that if it goes to 848 and 848 does not hold, it could decline further. It could give you a 6.7% decline from that particular support level. So things to consider. Bounce from 848. Target price is this area. 200-day moving average around 940 pesos per share. If this does not hold, downside target will bring it to around the 793 level for the short term. So please remember this also, that the fact it hasn't break past the 200-day moving average is telling us that there's still sellers that are taking control every time the stock tries to move at that area. And just to plot this is where the downward resistance trend line is currently for SM. So the 200-day moving average is also confirming this downward trend line. We really haven't seen it start to push up and go up right after that. So there, comment below if you're learning. Comment if this is something that's helping you. So we have two more stocks also from the SM group. By the way, if you think these are all jargons and you want to learn more about technical analysis, I have books available via Shopee in the description below if you want to learn more about technical analysis and fundamental analysis. It can be delivered to wherever you are in the Philippines as long as Shopee has coverage for it. So There, let's continue. Let's look at SM Prime Holdings. SM Prime, this is where all of the malls are placed and all of their property development stocks. There was a time before that SMDC was also listed and SM Prime was listed as well. But what they did, I think it was 2013, they merged both SMDC and SM Prime. Now, SM Prime is not just a mall operator, but it's a mall operator and a property development company. Now, that being said, if I'll zoom out here, you will see that from this perspective, it's very clear that SM Prime is moving sideways. It's very clear that after hitting the lows around 23 something, it started to push up. And it's clear that the support for SM Prime is around 28 and the resistance is at 34. So tradable range is buy at 28, take profit at 34. You have a 19.5% upside from that. If you'll place a smaller one, possible area resistance is around 32. Then another area here is around the 30 peso level. So please write this down. Support, if very, very clear also from last Friday, SM Prime failed to hold this particular support. No, SM Prime, if you look at it, this particular support at the 30 level, it broke down, and it's also confirmed by the 20-day moving average because of that. And that being said, if selling will continue, I think this is the current trajectory that it could possibly traverse. It may go back to the 28 peso support level. So key areas to watch out for SM Prime for next week, 28 and 30. If it goes back to 30, then it could somehow bounce and go back to the 32 level from a tech analysis standpoint. So this is how it could go. If it pushes past this, possible area for it to go is around 32. But if this does not do so well, you could see it start to go to the 28 peso level. So 32 resistance. Current resistance right now, because it broke down last week, is 30. If selling will continue, possible area for it to go is 28. So those who attended their Stock Smart sessions, you do know that when a stock is sideways, the best thing that you can do is start to trade it. When a stock is sideways, it's just really buy at support, sell and resistance, and that's how you can go about specific areas of trading when it comes to that stock. So lastly, let's look at BDO. Comment if this is helping. Comment if this is something that's giving you also value. By the way, if you like this, appreciate it if you can press the like button, because it for the YouTube algorithm. But press it, smash it, like it, and also if you want more of all of these principles, I have a main channel. It's called Marvin Kermo. That's where we have over 1,600 videos already posted just for all of you. Now, last stock is BDO. If you look at BDO right here, it's also hovering close to the support level at 85. Main resistance right now is we're seeing it at around 113 pesos per share. But if I'll try to plot all of the next resistances that's possible, this is how it looks like. So main resistance, largest resistance that it hasn't broken out from since March is 113. So please write it down. For those who would pick it up right here, it's currently at the support level at 85. One thing to watch out for is if BDO bounces from 85, target price is 113. If BDO fails to hold the 85 level, then it may be in for a much larger and deeper downside. So please remember, with the exception of this intraday drop last March, let me show you. I'll zoom in so you see it better. With the exception of this, BDO has not gone below the 85 level for, look at this, here. The last time BDO hit that was around 2015, but it did not go lower than that. So to see when BDO was below the 85 level, it was 2014. So 6 years worth of upward and downward movement for BDO might be broken if next week the 85 level does not hold. So if the 85 level does not hold, it will reinforce more downward pressure on the stock. It may reinforce that, hey, there might be bigger and deeper movements downward still for BDO. And if I'll connect this here, you could see this also as a downward progression. If it fails to hold this, then it might retrace and go back to this particular level. But that being said, our goal here is not to really forecast and predict the markets. What could possibly happen though is if it bounces, possible move for BDO is bounce from 85, target price short term is 93. So please write that down. Bounce from 85, short term target 93. Bounce from 85, Then breaks past 93, your next target price is 100, giving you a 17% gain. Breaks past 100, your next target is 113, giving you a 34.5% gain. So if you want to trade and you have a shorter perspective, make your those who attended our Stock Smart Zoom session last week, you know the context of this. Shorter trades will give you shorter trades will give you like a 9.2% trade, 9.2% gain, but the time for you to watch the stock is at a much shorter pace. Then break out from this level, your next target will be around the 100 peso level. Longer wait time, but as you wait longer, also the gains will be bigger. So there, I hope you guys got a lot from this, and I hope that this is something that's adding value and content to all of you. If you guys have any other suggestions or comments or stocks that you guys want me to analyze, put them in the comment section below, and we're gonna try to make stocks or make charting videos off of it. That's one. And then if you have questions, put them in the comment section, and I'll try to answer it to the best of my abilities. If it's a personal question, slide a DM on my Instagram account, and I'll try to answer them as well. So there. I guess that's it. I have a Patreon account for those who want. I post different charting uh, ideas there, some analysis. It's for a closed community also. So I have two closed communities. One is in YouTube. Link is in the description. Another one is in Patreon. So different types of group. Different depends on where you are a member of, but you can join that for more. If you want to support the channel and for added content that's not consumed publicly, and for those who want to grab a cup to invest in US markets similar to what I showed you about Nike, link is in the description below if you want to trade and analyze and enter US stocks. It only takes $50. So even if majority of those stocks are more than $50, what's interesting is they have fractional shares. Fractional shares allow you to buy the stock even though you only put in $50 as well. You don't have to buy the entire lot. Or for example, for Tesla, it's 2,200 US dollars. You don't need to have 2,200 US dollars. All you need is 50 US dollars. Or if you just want to practice, they also have a virtual account that allows you to trade the real platform with virtual money. So there, link is in the description. And I hope you guys got a lot from this. And I hope that this is something that gave you enough value as possible. So Marvin Germo, happy weekend everyone. And I hope this video helps you. Trade well, trade strong, trade smart. See you all again soon, guys, and God bless you all. By the way, in my first channel, we posted one of your top questions, which is the top 12 dividend stocks available right now. So if you want to watch that, it's over in my first channel, Marvin Germo. So that's it. I hope this video helps you trade well, trade strong, trade smart. See you all again soon, and God bless you.